All right, so Dad, what happens to your body when you die?
Well, in the sense of the funeral home, so to speak, basically people die today at home, in hospitals, or like in car accidents, or not in their home or the hospital. I mean, a nursing home to me is similar to a hospital, a retirement home. So what happens is we'll take them one at a time. When someone dies in a hospital, what happens is the hospital is in charge, and we are looking for someone to be released from the hospital. So when the doctor, the hospital is going to say it's okay for you to pick this person up, that means that they're going to sign the death certificate saying that this is the cause of death and you can go ahead and bring the person back to your care. The second scenario would be when someone dies in a nursing facility, something like that, where they can be under hospice care or under doctor's care. The person dies, they would normally, if it's under hospice care, the nursing home would call hospice directly, and hospice would take over and do all of those type things to release the person to us, to our care. If they're not under hospice care, then they would have to get a hold of their doctor, so to speak. The nursing home would have to get a hold of the doctor, who then, if they're willing to, come out or pronounce the person, so that then we can come remove the person and bring them back to our funeral home. Sometimes that takes a lot longer than if hospice is involved, because hospice is set up and ready to go. If some similar when someone dies at home, most times when someone dies at home and it's not sudden, they're normally under like hospice care. And so once again, the same scenario would set where they have everything in place so that when the person dies, hospice would then, they're either there or they would come in and release the person to the funeral home. So it's a much quicker scenario. If someone dies suddenly at home, then what happens is the medical examiner's office, the state office, would get involved. So it may be the police get involved, and then they call the medical examiner's office, where they would come and remove the body, probably back to their facility on Adams Street, to once again check everything out to make sure everything's okay, and then they would be signing the death certificate and release the person to us that way. The last scenario would be, what if someone dies in a field, in a car accident, something like that. It's the same scenario as if they die suddenly. Mm-hmm. So what happens is the police and or the medical examiner get involved, and they would normally remove the body back to the medical examiner's office, where they want to check and make sure everything's okay, that it's legal, so to speak, there wasn't foul play involved, and then they would release the person to the funeral home's care. Back in the dark ages, someone would always, which is where I'm from, the doctor would actually come directly to the house, to the nursing home, to the site, to pronounce the person and say they would sign the certificate, and then we would just come directly there. In today's legal world, it's much more refined, I guess you would say, and it's everybody's looking to protect, to do the right thing and protect each other. And it's something that I've been doing all my life. My family's been doing it for their lives, and we take great care into what we're doing, and so we appreciate people like hospice, actually, that set up things legally, so to speak, for us, and very fluidly and easily, that we can move forward with bringing the loved one back to our care. So
absolutely.
I think I hit them all. I'm not sure.
I agree. And I just wanted to point out, now in the state of Delaware, at least, a RN is allowed to do the pronouncement.
Right.
So for hospice, there is an RN that would come out and do the pronouncement of death. And at nursing facilities, as long as they have a registered nurse on staff, they would be able to do that as well, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's also very helpful to us. So yeah, because the doctors are on Wednesdays are playing golf, so it's tough to work that in.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Dad,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Chandler. If you have any further questions about what we've talked about today, we encourage you to visit us at delawarehospice.org. Thank you.
Thank you.